Sorry about that, guys. Just been a little bit delayed on this. Just getting some things updated. Let me gotta fix a couple things real quick. There we go. So as you notice, I'm not playing World of Warcraft. Um, this is done on purpose. What I'm doing today as part of what was originally going to be just a long stream, all day stuff, was going to be me playing. I planned to play Gwent all along because I wanted a little bit of a different game. Playing 10 to 12 hours of WoW doesn't sound like a thing that I would really enjoy over the course of a long day. So what I'm doing instead is I wanted to break down this into doing some Gwent, and then I was going to shift into WoW later on into the day. Now, anyone unaware, I lost my job back in March. Not through being laid off or anything. It was termination. Long story. But I got a new job with a new company. I start tomorrow. I was scheduled to do some HR stuff this morning. But I was stupid and didn't have the 2 forms of ID that I needed. So instead, what happened is that I had to have it rescheduled for midday today. And so what is going on here is that I'm going to break this down into 2 parts. So today, for the next probably hour and a half or so, this is going to be the short part of the stream, is we're going to do we're going to play Gwent, and I want to talk about what it's like to be a small creator on YouTube and on Twitch. And then I will break off to go do my stuff for HR at work. And then when I get back, hopefully that's around between 2 and 2:30, I will then jump into playing World of Warcraft. We'll talk about World of Warcraft, dive deep into it, work on my druid, work on my DK, and then the community that I'm in, the Iconic community, does an organized Mythic Plus night. And so we're going to be actually jumping into the Mythic Plus evening as well, so that I can get some keys done, try to push a little bit of score. And just reminds me, we have a sign up sheet, so I need to go sign up. I think I have 19 DOS. I think I have an 18. And let me do this. Sorry, guys. I know it's not. You're just looking at the Gwent screen right now, but. So I got myself signed up for that. So what we're going to do, Gwent. So anyone not aware, of course, this is the Witcher card game, spawned off of The Witcher 3 when Gwent was introduced there. Now, it's undergone a big change since it was first introduced in Gwent. They had a beta version that was essentially my favorite version of the game, but I've come to learn this part of the game as well. So they shrunk it from the 3 rows to the 2. They added a couple different factions. Let's go into the deck builder so I can show you that real quick. Or as you can see, there's a few different factions. Of course, you have Nilfgaard, you have the Northern Realms, you have Scoia'tael, you have Skellige, and you have a monsters deck. Now, the game starts you with all these starter decks. As you can see, I created this Skellige Fleet deck, which is one of my favorite ones to play in the game. And you unlock all the cards either by, you can craft it for this resource called scraps. And then they have like premium versions of it, which, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Exit without saving. So you can see these ones with like the numbers around them. These are what's called premium cards. So they actually will, they have animated. So you can see like here, Wild Boar of the Sea versus like Ceres. Like Ceres doesn't move. It's just a static photo from the artist, which, nope. I wanted to do that. Nope, 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 nope. I want to get rid of that. But yeah, I love that they also do this. They credit the thing. So let's pull Ceres out. But like Wild Boar of the Sea, for example, they do the illustration, but then the premium version, as you can tell, has sound effects. It has art, stuff like that. Very, very cool stuff. And basically what you do in this game is it's just like, hey, Fenny, how are you? Sorry, I had a different screen up and didn't see my chat because I'm that type of streamer. So basically, this is just your traditional card game. You have different quests. Like I have quests right now to win 3 matches as Northern Realms, so I'm going to play the Northern Realms starter deck. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of talk through the process of like how the game functions and works. And I'll do that for a few games, and then I'll talk about like the small creator stuff that has been on my mind. That always scares the hell out of me. Thanks, Fenny, for following the Twitch stream. Appreciate it, sir. Alright, so this is live matchmaking, so this is not against AI, this is against other people. Some of them build their own decks, which is something that I need to get into eventually. Some of them just use the starter decks like I do for most of them. Because I'm North America, playing on North American servers at 10:45 my time in the morning, sometimes it takes me a little bit to find matches. I'm also going to apologize ahead of time because I am going to be drinking. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, so I'm going to be eating probably. I got some donuts that I bought over the weekend. As yesterday was my birthday, so bought myself some donuts.
Onward! Attack!
Alright, so facing Scoia'tael, this is a Chinese player. And basically what you want to do in this game is try to maximize your wins. So the Northern Realms deck is going to specialize in boosting. So this is the main card that we really want to look at, but there are a lot of other cards here that do some work. I don't want 2 of these. Stennis is good. I'm going to get rid of Thunderbolt. Ronvid is good. And I'm going to get rid of the Siege support, but I got another one, so no big deal. So I lost the coin flip, so it's randomly determined, but I get this special card as a result. So I want to see what this guy has before I lay down the engine. So I'm just going to lay this Siege Tower, which basically, you know, all of these have different things. So Zeal means it can act right away. Order means that it has a specific thing that you can do when you place it on the board. Vitality is a status that means the card will boost itself in score after every turn. And if you crew it, which is what the Siege support does, it basically boosts itself by 2. And then your leader also has abilities to boost itself. But I'm going to leave that alone for now. I'm going to go ahead and boost him, get him started. Basically, my goal is to kind of see what my opponent has, because I don't want to play this Tridem Infantry, which is the engine of this deck.
Dole! Blathana!
Okay, so he's playing a movement deck. So basically, his goal is that whenever somebody moves, he's going to get points out of it. Now, the Tridem Infantry is a control unit, so when it gets boosted, it does damage. So I can play my leader, which boosted by 2. He took away the shield, which protected the armor. And then I can, if I choose, to play Tactical Advantage, but I'm going to hold off on it right now, because there is a card that I have here called Geralt of Rivia. This is Geralt, basically, you know, when you get a card that has 9 or more strength, it does stuff. Let's see, Dryad Matron. Okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to keep placing cards on this side so that this Matron keeps going right. It's a smart move. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Blue Stripes Commando.
Death to the enemy!
So these guys, I can't do it right away, but next time I'm going to basically summon all copies, which is just one other copy. So we're going to Vitality him. We're going to boost to do the damage, and then go. So I'm off to an 11-point lead early on, or a 12-point lead early on. Let's see, Cat Witcher. Yeah, that's...
Are you fucking kidding me? Catnip instead of crowns?
Because it's The Witcher, you guys know that this language is going to be there, just for the record. So if you are a young child, Don't repeat half the words you hear in this game. Let's see. At the end of the turn, we could do the round danger. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Alright, so what I've got now is I'm going to go ahead and order this to get that 4 points, and then I'm going to play this drummer, which always boosts the card to the right. So my goal here is to boost this guy and get him to do as much damage as possible, and then pray that he doesn't take this guy out. So otherwise I don't really have another way to maximize the points of the infantry. Kind of thought that would happen. That's okay. He caught up pretty well there. Alright. Let's see. Can I... see, I want to lock the Dolblathana. I've got some good choices on what I want to lock here with Dorgray. Could probably lock the Matron, because it does constant boosting. I could hit this because it boosts, or I could get this because it's doing damage and it takes the risk of taking out my drummer. So I'm going to lock the Cat Witcher. So we're going to throw Dorgray out, lock the Cat Witcher, get the Siege, and then I'm going to boost him so that he has a little bit of life to live and I get more value out of this Trident infantry. So now I'm 16 points up. He's 1 card up right now, so he has a decision that he wants to make if he's going to play.
Know that I was trained by Clara Larissa de Winter herself.
Okay. Interesting. So I won't know what that outcome is until later. I'm going to go ahead and play Ronvid.
For this most beautiful of maidens, I shall fight 100 duels!
If you know Witcher 3, you know Ronvid. It's hilarious. So basically, he comes out, automatically boosts himself by 5, so that's big points. And then next round, if I play, like, for example, the Siege support, he is going to automatically come out of my graveyard, which means he's going to provide value no matter what. So he's a very strong card for this deck. Just a strong card for Northern Realms in general.
I like the way you die, human.
Okay. So my infantry is gone, but he did not catch up. So the question that I ask myself at this point is, do I play anything from my hand? I could get some points out of the infantry. Nothing 9 power, so he's not useful right now. I could do the siege support to help boost the siege tower. And it would boost the Trident infantry. But he has to make up points. He has to play a card. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to try and force him to go into card disadvantage, which is going to give me the biggest advantage in round 3, hopefully. So I'm going to pass. I'm going to force him to play a card to win this round. We'll see what he plays. He reset the power of my infantry, which is fine. So now he's got 3 cards, I have 4, and in Gwent, card advantage is a big deal. If you can have more cards than your opponent, it just really increases your chances of winning. Alright. So I'm not liking the Arbalist in round 2 or 3. That's a round 1 card that I really want. And a Strenger is good. If you play Witcher 3, you know the lore behind her. And I'm going to get rid of the Field Medic because I'm trying to get that other infantry. So we're going to see what our friend here does. Immediately passes. Simple enough. So I am going to play... I'm just going to play the Siege Tower. Just because it gives me the points that I need. And it's not going to be a super valuable play in round 3. So what I'm hoping for is that I get the Trident infantry. Ideally, I get my other drummer. And I avoid the Arbalist, and I avoid the medics, because they're going to be not as useful. There's my other infantry. There's the other medic, which I'm going to redraw here. I'm going to keep these, because these are going to be really strong cards, I think, for this round. I want the drummer. Did not get the drummer, so let's try again. Did not get the drummer. But I did get Nenike, who is a good card. So we are not upset with Nenike. So I'm gonna again play slow here.
Salutations.
Blood alone can my maid's honor unbesmirch.
As you can see, there's Ronvid. Now he doesn't boost himself by 5 because I didn't deploy him. I summoned him, which is why he's only 1 point. Oh, he's playing a scenario here.
Don't dare think you can escape.
Basically, with scenarios, what happens is that every turn it progresses a chapter. So right now we got Veranos's Commando. And then we go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and play this crew, and then we're going to end our turn. Let's see what he does here. My gut tells me he's probably going to take this out because he doesn't want me basically getting a free point, basically, at the end of every turn.
Children giving parents up
So there's chapter 2 of it. Okay. Alright, well. He's going to let me do that, so I'm going to go ahead and play crew on this side. Go from there. So I'm going to get 2 points of value out of this. And then next turn, my plan is to play the Infantryman into Anastrenger into Stennis. Like, that's my plan for the next 3 turns. And basically, my goal for this round is to allow him to try and hopefully pump up 1 single unit so that I can get Geralt of Rivia some really high value. It'll be, you know, minimum 12 points. Maximum would be based on whatever value the card that I destroy is. So that's like my goal with this. Alright. As I thought he was going to do that, I'm surprised he didn't do it sooner. Alright, so let's play the infantry.
To arms!
We're going to go ahead and boost him. And we'll see if he does something to try and get rid of this, because I'm going to play Strenger next. And then we'll go into Stennis. I get the feeling he's going to...
Act your age. At 2 centuries, you behave like you were barely one.
So he's going to kill this infantryman. So he basically just screwed up my...
For the daisy of the valley!
He definitely made my strategy harder. And that's okay. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to adjust on the fly here. So I'm going to play Anna Strenger to the right here. So she boosts this Trebuchet, because it's now the most important card on my board. And he got rid of Anna Strenger, which is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and play a Thunderbolt Potion. Boost him. Give him some life back. I'm probably going to lose this because he had just the counters to my deck, and that's fine. It is what it is.
You must banish her. I see no other path, sire.
Right.
Nasty
Do
wounds there,
this.
but you'll live.
Give me a 9 power unit, please, opponent.
Just one more feather, and we're done.
That seemed a waste, but okay.
You stand before royal majesty.
If he doesn't play a 9 power unit, I'm probably forfeiting this match, because at that point I know I can't win.
I hate you! Curse you, Dwan!
Yeah, hey, shout outs to this guy. We'll give him a well played.
Don't give up easy, do you?
I can't win, so it's Geralt. If there's no power above 9 units, he's worthless. So, oh well, it's what it is. Give him the GG, and we're gonna move on. I did not mean to hit Journey. Oh, okay. Oh, geez, I got a bunch of these. Let's do journey. Nope. So I get a bunch of these keys. Wait a second. Reward book. This is what I want. So let me finish Scoia'tael here. So finish that. Alright, let's move over to... We'll do the leader stuff here. Basically, this is just a huge unlock thing. So unlock. I'm going to go around the outside to start. Alright, and then we get card kegs. So card kegs are the internal, like, store, so to speak. So you can... Let's go back just to show you. Oh, yeah, so you can... This is somewhat ways to pay for all of this, where you kind of get stuff you could buy for specific factions. You can get with the ore that you get, which I'll worry about later. Same goes for like meteorite power, which allows you to take your cards and make them all animated. Ornaments are just different things like the titles and stuff like that, and then packs are different things. So let me go ahead and open this that I got.
Yep. Must smash. Soup show.
Alright, so the Syndicate, this is another new faction that came with the version of the game. Basically, I haven't quite figured out what they do yet, but I got 3 of them. All of them are brand new cards, so we take that. And then I got this Skellige card, the Menagerie Keeper, so this is a new one, like that. And then I get to choose one of these. So Irish Shade is just a neutral card. It can be used anywhere. Vilgefort's Renegade is... Ooh, I like that. I'm going to take him. It's a Nilfgaard card. I will eventually learn how to do deck building over time, because just get there. So let's exit this. And we're going to go back in and try to get these quests done. Win matches with Northern Realms. So specifically doing Northern Realms. Northern Realms not my favorite faction. I'm a big Skellige fan personally, and I'm starting to learn more and more about Nilfgaard. Those are kind of like my factions that I have kind of leaned to as I've gotten back into this game after it came out of beta. Also, the artwork in this game is insane.
Crush those vermin!
This coin flip again. So Nilfgaard is a tough matchup for me in this deck, because Nilfgaard specializes a lot in locking units. And so because when they can lock units, they basically, things like the Trident Infantry just become very, very risky. So this matchup is always tough for me if they don't run like big numbers of like locks. So with this, I got the Arbalist in the first hand, which is what I want. So we're going to go ahead and play him, because basically what he does is that he's going to gain charges as I play stuff with order cards. So what do I have that plays order? I have Siege Tower, I have Ballistas, I have the Commandos. Yeah, so I have 3 cards here, so he can get up to 4 pings. And once he uses his 4 pings, that's it. He's done. At that point, he loses all value. Okay, so he gets rid of the Arbalist by using coded weapons. That is fine.
Death to the enemy!
We're going to keep playing slow until I either figure out what kind of deck he's playing, or he starts using up a lot of his control options, so things that damage me. So when you're talking about a control deck, we're talking about a deck that tries to do... Yeah, see, he's playing a control deck, which means his whole goal is not to put a ton of points on the board. His whole goal is to... limit the amount of points that I can put up on the board. So this deck is interesting, because if you don't play around it correctly, it definitely becomes difficult. difficult to kind of play around, but because I specialize pretty heavily into boosting,
Try them!
because I specialize heavily into boosting, and particularly the Trident infantry, like it's gonna be able to be useful, and he gets Geralt of Rivia. So there goes the Trident.
Not your lucky day.
Is what it is. So yeah, you can see just the level of control this guy has on his deck. Which is gonna make things tough for me. So we're gonna play this out and see how it works.
As order! And out fiend! And the best kept on a short lead.
Yeah, at that rate I can't win. I can't win this round, so I'm not gonna bother trying. Not liking this hand. Yeah, I probably should have played the medic. Oh well.
Nice mess you've got here.
Okay, that's fine. He's doing what I expected him to do, honestly. I don't really have a choice. We'll see what happens here.
Hellcats there!
Okay. He's gonna get rid of Anna. Yep, seized it. That's what I thought he would do.
Nice Tedatu.
Then he plays the drummer.
Again and
Yep,
again.
yep. Yep. Okay, that's fine.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Target acquired. I do not mince words. On principle.
The stars contend you shall be victorious today.
see how this goes.
A clever maneuver.
The revolution is inevitable, merely a matter of time.
To arms!
This is a very smart deck.
I am not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait.
A highly curious case.
I wasn't gonna win that. Like I said, Nilfgaard is just really hard against that deck. Because they just have so many counters to the way that that particular deck wants to play, and it's just kind of rough. Against other Northern Realms decks, again going first. I just want one time to go second. So against other Northern Realms deck, it kind of depends a little bit on what we're looking at here. Let's see what we get. I actually don't hate this hand. Get rid of the siege support. Stennis is good. But I got my engine, got my deploy, got my counter cards. I like this hand, actually. And since I'm going first...
Arbalest to your command.
I'm risking Geralt here if he has it. But if he is also playing heavy control, then I want to be able to survive it for long enough to get some more value out of this card. So he's playing a mage deck. What I was kind of hoping for and kind of also like not thrilled to see. But it is what it is.
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
Semper Fi!
Debating on when I want to deploy my engine combo before I get an idea of like how much I want to invest in this round. He's playing a ton of cards. He's got like a 30 card deck, which means he's either very confident that he can thin through it or he wants to give himself a plethora of options. The former is good, the latter is very risky, because he risks getting a bunch of dead draws, like, all the time. Just taking his time, thinking about what he wants to do.
Death to the enemy!
Oh, I forgot to put the vitality on my siege tower. Probably not a big misplay in the long run, but definitely not good.
We'll find the princess and win.
Okay. Then let me go ahead and do this.
Salutations.
This is the other way that this deck can work as well. Like, you don't rely strictly on the Trident infantries to win you matches. You can do things like this where you just swarm. Yeah, lock a unit that's no longer valuable. Thank you. I will happily take that. The reality of that is that it looks like I played a lot of cards and stuff, but I didn't use up a ton of power, I don't think. Because now I've got double Trident infantry, I've got the medic, I've got Ronvid. I've got 8 cards, and you draw 3 per round, so at the very least, I'm playing 1. And I'm actually going to keep this hand, because my goal here is to play Ronvid and maybe Dorgray. But beyond that, like, my goal is to basically force this guy to play a couple cards. Because he's got 9 right now, which means I don't want him to get to 7. Because if he draws 3, he's just going to lose cards. Okay, that's fine. Let's see, do I let him play one more, or do I... No, he's going to have to play one more. You know what? I'm going to pass. We're going to do a long round 3. I've got double engine. If I can draw Anna, then the world is going to be very good for me. I think he screwed up. Oh, no. Okay. I forgot he has royal inspiration. So he did screw up. He just did things in a way that I probably wouldn't have. Did I get Anna? Did not. Please give me Anna Stringer. Neneki we like. Okay, so I didn't get Anna, which is not ideal.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Okay. I can deal with that.
To arms!
For this most beautiful of maidens, I shall fight 100 duels!
My guess is he's hoping to get something that gets rid of this infantry. Which he did not, so he's playing his next best option.
If only my pouch were to know no
You know what?
end of errands.
This is gonna get damaged a lot, I think, but let's see. Let's play the drummer.
Left, right, left, right.
The risk with this deck, from my standpoint, is that if the infantry keeps hitting Gascon, then it ends up bricking Geralt. But my hope, fingers crossed, is that he plays something else that is going to be pretty valuable. Yeah, the poor fucking infantry. We love ourselves some poor fucking infantry.
Freedom!
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
There'll be nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
Probably did not work out the way that they wanted to, but it is what it is.
Never dropped a one, but I've thrown a plenty.
I'm just waiting for that one card to make Geralt really efficient.
I am ready.
I do not mince words on principle.
This is risky too, but
Uh-oh. Trouble approaches.
You stand before royal majesty.
he's in a really tough spot right now because I've just been able to just do so much. Like, I've probably gotten, like, these guys are 31 points value just on their score, but based on the number of damage that they've done, these two cards have probably been close to 50 points in
And off
value.
the votives.
Are you wounded? Again?
One crown per corpse. Have we got a deal?
Hey, we won one finally. Alright. So let's see. My quests. I got those, so I just need to win one more Northern Realms, and then I can switch to my favorite deck of the Skellige Fleet.
Close ranks!
Alright. Let's see what I got. So I got the Anna that I wanted last time. Don't like this for round one, but we shall see.
Spells
Rituals are a serious matter, to be undertaken proudly, with grace.
We'll let that go because she's got points.
Nice mess you've got here.
I'm gonna see 1 or 2 more cards before I play the Trident.
You've met your match, puppet.
Semper Fi!
The day is nigh when all shall behold my beauty.
Okay. Play the drummer.
Left, right, left, right.
You're down 2 points after this is all done, or 1 point rather. Easy enough.
Naturally, of course.
Mankind is a virus, a plague.
Hang on, guys. Responded to something in Discord. Apologies. All right. Low commitment from him. That's interesting. I probably would have pushed a little bit more. I was only a few points down. Could have probably forced something else out, unless he didn't think he had answers for my infantry, which is possible. I want the drummer. Okay. Not my favorite choice. Not my favorite hand. Got some good stuff for round 3 that I'm going to save, but we'll see what happens.
I'll gladly help, if I live to see it.
You know, I didn't notice this until now, but I like the way I don't know if this is something, because I just never really did events. Let's see, what do we got? You got Margarita. Locked my port. Okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm going to play one more. I'm going to go low value and just play the Arbalist.
Arbalist at your command.
And see what happens. But I've never noticed this before. Maybe it's because I didn't do events in my own Discord server, but like I like how at the very top of like an event, like a Discord that's doing events, like it just shows 2 events. So you can click on it and it'll tell you. You can choose if you're interested or not. So like the one Discord has like, they have like a casual night where they're doing a scavenger hunt, but also they put up like raid night Oh no. Alright, should I play something else and try to force him into... Maybe I should. Yeah, let me play... But it, like, has your ability to, like, fast show interest and stuff like that. Like, I think that's really cool. I like that. It's good Discord features. We like good Discord features.
Get to clean up ahead of class.
Gerhardt of Ale. Alright, should I push? I don't know if I should push. I'm not going to push. I'm going to go ahead and pass. Let him have his round. We're even on cards going into the last round, which is what I wanted. And I think I've got some good... Excuse me. I think I've got some good power going into this final round. With my infantry. And if I can get the drummer, then I'm in a really good place. Don't want the Arbalist because they're not good round 3 cards. Give me my drummer. That's my drummer. Alright. So here's my plan. Opponent goes first. I'm going to see what he does. I'm going to drop all my machines in the background. And then, along with my siege support. And then I'm going to drop an infantry, the drummer on the right. Excuse me. Anna on the left of the trident. Or, yeah, drummer on the left, Anna on the right. And then I'm going to drop my siege. Actually, I might drop the ballista on the other side.
The universe of which even the sages have not dreamt. They do not fall. Why do they not fall?
So there's that target. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this.
To arms!
I've got one option there. Get pinged in Discord. Thanks, Tim, for birthday wishes.
But we
Okay.
shall prevail.
That's okay. I still think I can win this. It's just going to be not through control, it's just going to be trying to force it through sheer numbers.
As you wish, milady.
Yes.
We have each other's backs. That's more than most.
Damn it.
Didn't want to play that as quickly as I did, but I had no choice. Okay. Now he's officially beat me in this match. I can't win. Too far behind. Don't have the engine, don't have the points. Is what it is.
Crush those vermin!
Monsters, it depends on what deck he's playing as to whether or not I can succeed in this one. Okay. I'm alright with that.
For Maid Bilberry's honor!
So we're gonna play slow, see what he's got, and then we'll go from there. Meanwhile, I'm gonna eat this salted caramel donut that I got.
You humans, so brittle.
So he's setting up Frost. Okay, that's fine.
Arbalist at your command.
The time of your penance has come.
Okay. I'm gonna wait on the deploy. I don't want to kill this thing. Because that only helps him. Okay. There's the frost that I thought was gonna happen.
Awaiting your orders.
Alright. So I got some good, big value out of that.
Death comes for you.
Left, right, left, right.
Next turn I spawn Door Grey, put it on this Death Wish unit. Because the Thrive condition basically means that when you play a unit with higher power, it gets boosted. Yeah, he's gonna spawn Frost here. Knew it. That's okay. And then he's gonna get this, which will damage this guy. Probably this or this by 2. Grab that by 2, which I knew he was gonna do. And he moves it back to the other row. GG, sir. I like that play.
Uh-oh. Trouble approaches.
I don't have any way to clear the weather, so I just gotta have to, like... Just gonna have to do my best to stick it out, you know? If he doesn't overtake me here... I'm gonna force him to play. Gwent is a lot about losing battles to win wars. Like, you have to be smart as to when you pass. Biggest thing is that if you can force your opponent to play play cards when you don't want them to, then you increase the chances that you're going to win. Okay. Don't really have much that I'm gonna spend. I'll probably spend the Blue Stripes Commando to start. Just to get me down to 6 cards. He's gonna go first. Which means if he open passes, then I'll just play the Ballista. But if he plays a card, then I'm gonna play the Commando, because I know I'll be able to get him out next round. Plus the Commando, that'll be 7-8 points swing. So depending on what we do, could be looking at it. Okay.
Semper Fi! For this most beautiful of maidens, I shall fight 100 duels!
Forgot about Ronded. Hopefully he doesn't kill this thing, because otherwise he potentially screws me over.
I wonder how long you laugh.
Death to the enemy!
Golden dragon.
I'm gonna save those. Thought about it for a little bit.
This one is nearly drained. Fetch me another!
Again and again and again.
I don't like doing this, but I don't think I really have a choice in the matter. Not gonna get a lot of value out of the engine this time, but it is what it is.
To arms!
Blood alone can my maid's honor unbesmirch.
Actually, I might get more power out of this than I think.
What do you want? For Maid Bilberry's honor!
What do you want of me?
You know, I'm gonna play it just cause.
Are you wounded? Again?
Run up the score. Why not? Alright. Yay, got that done. Let's change decks. We're gonna not that one. This is the one I want. So this is my favorite deck in the game that I've gotten so far. So I'm gonna play one, maybe two matches with this, and then I want to talk about the creator stuff. And show off my analytics and things like that, which I don't know if it's, you know, taboo to do or not, but I'm going to do it anyways because why not?
Of course, friend.
Alright, so this deck is very different. This deck focuses a lot also on control, but does some things in there that are very interesting. We use a lot involving ships. We don't want Roach. Roach is very bad. Don't want the Pirate Captain, and I don't want a second Marauder. Okay, so this isn't... not great, but not bad.
What will you do?
So I get Roach out of the deck quickly, which is good. And this card basically makes it so that I either keep a card, whether or not I go down in card advantage, or I've got a massive boost at the end of my turn. So we can either steal round one or force an opponent.
May your sword and arm be one.
There's a couple of ships that I didn't get.
Time to die.
Like I wanted these, and I'm not gonna do him first. Let's see. Let's do.
Demon!
My goal is to just basically make his life a living hell in this first round. He's gonna lock the ship. That's fine. Yeah, I wanted this one, the Armiger Car and one of the on-crate longships, because they just work really well with the rest of the deck. But we do not have that luxury, so
Won't pierce in gold, pierce in blood.
you can click in the field and little effects happen. Can't click the heroes. This shows you. Okay, here's the journey you're on. Close that. He's either going to pass or he's going to try. And if he tries, if he fucks around and finds out, I'm going to pass on him and really force him into some bad positions. But
Time for you to die, Dwan!
Blood and neck and Similian Vad.
so he has a choice. Either he's gonna he's either gonna pass here, keep same cards and lose the round, or he's got to try to make a big play. Because 12 points in this game, it's a big play. So he chooses what I thought he was gonna choose. But what he doesn't, I mean, he might realize it, but what he doesn't understand or what he knows is that, okay, so I got one of the ships. I got the other ship that I would like. Alright. So let me see. Alright. We will take that. Okay. Let's do...
Gag them! Dwan will not be heard.
No prisoners! Feed them to the sea! Elren has shown us the way.
Gods are blowing fair winds the day.
For the daisy of the valley!
We're just trying to bleed him a little bit.
Ass! Don't dare think you can escape!
Probably don't want to do this, but we're going to try it anyways.
On both sides.
Kill! Loot! Burn! Time for you to die, Dwan!
Waste of arrows.
Okay. I'm pretty content with how much I made him use, so. May need to get rid of Coral here, though. Not what I wanted. I wanted another pirate captain, so.
Well, I guess it's gonna take some more patching.
That Broccolon would
As
be
you come out,
home.
Lady
Who
of
would
the
have
Wood.
thought?
Got the heart of an uncrate.
Only one with no sense would trust the word of a dwarf.
If I'm to die, I'll do so sword in hand.
If you're gonna fall on the cabbages.
Ariel's been chosen. Did God speak to him?
You can see this deck does a lot of damage to opponents, which is why I like it so much. I'd love decks to do this.
The forest burns! We must save the trees!
This one's kind of a... It's only going to be 4 points, so I'm probably going to play the Runestone. See what I get.
Know that I was trained by Clara Larissa de Winter herself.
Kill! Loot! Burn!
Time for you to die, Dwan.
Love this deck. Works really well. Alright. So that's Gwent, guys. It's a game I just like playing in downtime. It's kind of like a chill game. I do not want this. Thank you, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and exit this, and I want to talk about the small creator stuff that I had mentioned. So one of the things about being a small creator, and something that I I see a lot of, unfortunately, online. Let me pull this over for you guys so you can see it. Is that the is like, how do you grow? What do you do to grow? Well, there's a few different ways that you can do it. Sometimes it's just about hitting that like one viral video, that does it. So like with video games, for example, it's like, like an example is like in Mario Maker, because I'm thinking about one of my favorite streamers to watch, Grand Pooh Bear, who's a variety / Mario speedrunner streamer. He basically blew up, streaming to like, after streaming to like at max maybe 10 to 15 viewers. He blew up when he beat one of the hardest levels in Mario Maker. It only had something like 30, like maybe 10 people that had cleared it, and all of those 10 were like considered some of the best players in the world. And it got thrown up on Reddit, and of course it blew up, and as a result he blew up, and that's what helped him really grow. See, sometimes you just have that video that goes viral like that. Sometimes you just have to take, as much as I don't like these guys, you got to take the Paul approach, where you try to upload videos every single day, where basically you kind of commit to growing as a full-time position. And that can be tough, because not all of us have that type of time. Pauls are, we're lucky enough that they kind of got into a position where they were able to make content creation their job. I start a new job tomorrow. I'm not going to, I do not have the means to make content creation my full-time job. As much as I would like it to be, I just don't have the means for it. And so for me, what I've been doing is honestly not focusing so much on my growth and focusing more on what do I do that makes me happy. And I think if you are a small creator, for the time being, make what makes you happy. Don't go chasing viewers, whether it's your stream or whether it's your YouTube channel or whatever the case may be. Don't go chasing it, or don't chase too hard for it. There is some value in it. Like if, when Dragonflight comes out, I'm absolutely going to be streaming my progression, but I also know that big streamers like Mirez, who's going to be speedrunning for, world first 70 in Dragonflight, along with like Gingy and Now and a few others that are, they're going to be speedrunning for that. And that's going to be, big time for viewership. I'm going to be streaming it because it's just something that I enjoy doing. I want people to be able to see my, experience with the game and, how I react to everything in real time and things of that nature. When Valorant released, there was a shit ton of people that chased Valorant viewers because it was a hot new thing. Fall Guys, Escape from Tarkov, pick any new game, Lost Ark, in the MMO world, Lost Ark, New World. I'm sure when the Riot MMO comes out in like 2050, and Twitch is still, people are still Twitch streaming then, like you're going to see, you'll see people that are going to be playing it strictly because they want the video viewers, not because they actually are interested in the game, or they're not interested in the, interested in kind of joining that community. So as long as you kind of do things that make you happy, I think it's good. Now, there are some people that will tell you like, hey, make channels separate for like your interests. So make and there is validity to this. Make a dedicated reaction channel, make a dedicated WoW channel, make a dedicated Gwent channel or something like that. But for me, I just don't feel like that's something that I have the desire to do, which is why you're seeing things like, my amateur analysis along with like my WoW stuff. So, one thing I kind of wanted to show you was my analytics and like what it's like to be a small creator and how it can be sometimes frustrating. As you can see, I'm only up 18 subscribers basically this month. That's a very slow month for me. My views are basically on par with what have been. The watch time is basically on par. So it's like, okay, this month has been a plateau for me. My top videos are still a lot of my WoW videos, stuff that I made months and months and months ago. But you can see nothing's really like blowing up. I've had some folks subscribe to me in the last few days, which is fantastic. I appreciate anyone that does that. But like, it's very obvious, as you can see from my standpoint, that there's not I don't have a ton that it's like really, really standing out lately. You know, I have, you know, the Yellow Flicker beat did well for me, all things considered. Did well in the comments with 9 comments. Does have a copyright claim against it. I'll fix that later. I'm not too worried about it. Same with this. It got a copyright claim, I think, because of the music that I was playing in the background. But, like, it's ineligible for monetization. Big deal. I don't monetize the channel. You know, my Iris video did very, very well. And, like, but you can see, like, my best video recently has been my Blood DK guide. And I've debated stopping doing spec guides because we're just so close to the end of the expansion at this point that, like, it's just not, I don't feel like it's worth my time and effort to go in and do them. But, like, the stuff that I thought would do fairly well, you know, maybe it's just because it's Druid, but, like, Feral Druid video and my, where did it go? Like, all my Dragonflight talent videos, which I thought would be stuff that would do well, didn't. You know, and it's really easy to get frustrated by something like that, where it's like, oh, these are going to be really great. You know, my Guardian Deep Dive talent only has 53. My Feral Druid only has 37. I made 4 different videos on each tree, going over each tree specifically, and it didn't hit. My first ever plus 20 didn't really hit. My Heroic Jailer didn't hit. You know, this weekly vaults did do some good numbers, you know, which is why I've gotten back into doing those. But you can see, like, my best videos were done over a month ago. And, you know, a smart person would probably say, well, shit, dude, like, you should go back in and do these spec guide videos because they clearly do well for you. You know, but it's a matter of, do I want to put that type of effort in? And that's the question that I ask myself all the time. The other thing, when you look at the analytics, is you find some interesting stuff if you know what to look for and how to look for it. So, like, there are some things, like, I don't know why this guy that I made back in, like, you know, December of 2020, so, like, what, 2 months after, or 2 or 3 months after Shadowlands released, is still one of my most popular videos of all time. Like, if you look at my content, we go to views, my 3 most popular videos were, you know, it was a 915 BM Hunter guide, my 9.2 Windwalker guide, which makes sense, and then a Brewmaster Beginner's Guide to Tanking video. Like, a video that I did well over almost a year, you know, actually it is a year and a half ago. It's like, stuff like that, you just, like, I wouldn't stress too much about the view count, at least how I approach it. But when you look at other analytics, when you look at things like the content, you know, how are people finding me? A lot of it's through YouTube search or browse features. You know, what are browse features? Basically traffic from my homepage, my subscription feed. So what's happening is that a majority of the people finding my videos aren't even getting it from the folks that subscribe to me. A very small amount of it. External are things like, you know, anything that embeds my videos, which is not very much. You know, how often does YouTube suggest my videos? Click directly on links, and then others just like any other source. So, like, most of what's happening is people are searching Blood DK guide or the Base Gang or Acapella reaction or something like that, and are finding my videos. You know, so that tells me a lot. Like, I think there's a lot of work that I could do, things like browse features or suggested videos. You know, some of that is a little bit out of my control. Things like the browse features, you know, the subscription feed is important, you know. And then you can look at my impressions. So what does this mean? You know, we look through things like click-through rate. I only have 6.7% of people that are, like, clicking on my videos after maybe seeing, like, a small preview of it, or gets recommended to them, or whatever the case may be. You know, and this is just in the last 28 days. Keep that in mind. But then look at my audience. I think this is where the interesting thing is, where, like, the really interesting data is at. So you can see I'm slightly down in YouTube subscribers. You can see that I've really plateaued in, new viewers. It's kind of plateaued a little bit. Returning viewers, it's plateaued a little bit. I hit a little bit of a peak here. This is when I released the Base Gang video. This right here was my Gambit video that actually was in the midst of a downturn. But, like, where are my peaks? It's right here on this reaction video. And then I released, and outside of that, like, the other video here was, like, I didn't have anything else there. Like, why? Again, it's a matter of perspective. these are the things that I find the most interesting. When are my viewers on YouTube? My local time, like today is a Tuesday. You're on in a couple hours when I'll be back doing WoW stream. You know, they're on midday or late afternoon. You know, most of my viewers are on mid to late afternoons. So again, what does that mean? If I wanted to grow like the stream on YouTube, it means that I would have to stream midday. I mean, my job's not going to allow that. Like, there's no way on earth that that's going to happen. So like, okay, what do? Then I see a lot of my viewers are usually on before 11 a.m. So maybe that's why I release videos at like 9 a.m. in the morning. So they're up for a couple of hours. I probably should even push them back to 10 or 10:30, because then the majority of people that are going to watch them are going to find them around the noon hour. They're on lunch. They go check their feeds or something like that. The other thing that, and you see this a ton, is watch time from subs. Look at this number. This is insane. I mean, it's not insane. It's probably fairly common. But like, I have 460 subscribers. I have, what's my watch time? I have 6,354 hours of public watch. So out of 6,000 hours of people that have watched my videos, maybe a few hundred have come from people that are subscribed to me. There is a reason that so many people will tell you to like, share, and subscribe. And I get comments on it all the time about people that say they hate when I do that. Well, there's a reason. It's because of stuff like this. The very people that tell me, hey, like, I hate that you simp for clout, you know, or simp for subscribers and stuff in the middle of your videos, coming from the guy that's not subscribed to my channel. Like, dude, if you like watching the content, you don't want me to say all this shit, be part of the solution. Like, be part of the solution. Subscribe to the channel. You know, on YouTube, it's free. I'm not asking you to commit money to me. I don't want you to, for the most part. I'm going to have a job. I'm going to have income. Like, I don't need this to live. I don't need this to pay my bills. I don't need this to do, you know, things. Would I like to make money off of it? Of course. Like, no one's going to say no to more money. But, like, it is so incredibly insane to me that this number is what it is. Like, if you watch the video and you enjoy it, or if you've watched multiple of my videos and you enjoy it, I think it is so, so valuable, especially to small creators like myself, to just sub. You may only watch those 2 videos. And I get it. You don't want your subscription feed clogged up. But, like, dudes, I'm subscribed to GDQ. My sub feed is about to be a mess because GDQ's going on right now. Like, probably starting tomorrow, I'm just going to get hit with, like, 15 to 20 video uploads from GDQ uploading VODs of the runs that have happened. Like, it just is, you know? And I'm looking at my second monitor, like, you guys can see me. Sorry. But, like, there's a reason you hear like, share, subscribe, or people try to make jokes around it, or you see, like, the little animations that are showing someone clicking on the subscribe button. It's because I'm willing to bet most creators that are on YouTube that I talk to that are even my size, sometimes even more, like, Max has done it. Max has got, you know, I think it's almost hitting 6K or has hit 6K. Like, let's check Max real quick. Yeah, Max just hit 6 digits. And he talks about all the time, you know, when he gets Frank to do the stuff, he shows shit like this too. Like, guys, I can't say it more. Like, I know this seems whiny in a way, but, like, I can't say it anymore. Like, if you enjoy what someone does and you find yourself watching more than maybe just one video from them, hit sub, dude. I'm subscribed to like 80 people. I've only watched videos from a few of them, maybe 3 or 4 times, but what I liked was really good quality. You know, maybe they do stuff that is not in my interest. That's fine. I still support them. Because when they put out that WoW video, or they put out that reaction video, or they put out that Valorant or CSGO or music video or whatever the hell it is that you subscribe to them in the first place, you know you're going to click on it. You seek that stuff. Like, at this point, you guys know I do Monk, DK, and I'm doing Druid stuff. If you enjoy my Monk content, but you're not subscribed to me, subscribe. Yeah, that means you're going to get DK videos that you're not interested in. I'm not asking you to have to watch every single one of my videos, but you know when Monk Dragonflight talents drop, you know that I'm going to be making videos on it. And if you want to see my perspective, my thoughts, you know, that stuff that you enjoy, the fastest way that you're going to be able to find my videos is not by just searching my channel through like the search bar. Subscribe, go to your sub feed and go through it that way. Like, that's going to be the fastest way. A lot of this other stuff, age and gender, I'm not surprised at the gender of my videos. I'm a video game streamer. Male, it tends to be a male dominated viewership. My 0.3% female is almost strictly come from, I'm almost guaranteeing it, strictly come from my reaction videos, because that tends to draw a more diverse gender audience. Same thing goes for my age years. Like, I'm not surprised 25 to 34 is the most common viewer that I get, because again, I do video game stuff. 35 to 44, I'm willing to bet comes majority from my reaction stuff. 18 to 24, probably a little bit of both. You know, and then you go to this research tab, like, you can see, like, what are people searching for me? Like, these are the stuff my viewers search for. This is scary. Like, straight up scary. I don't use it. Any save searches, anything like that. But, like, you know, that's why things like these, guys. Like, I try to go in and reply as much as humanly possible to people when they post. And it is in large part because I want people to feel like they're being engaged with by me. I think that's important for creators to do. Now, at some point, it becomes a little bit unwieldy. But, like, if you're a small creator, this is something that you need to do. You know, I like this one. I'm going to, you know, I'll just reply to Barbie right here. K Barbie. Sorry for the slow response. You know, just little things like that. Like, that simple response. I guarantee she's going to pull up in your YouTube feed, see your notifications, he or she, and they're going to be like, oh, cool, that creator responded to me. That's really neat. You know, so I try to do this as much as possible when I get there. So, like, you know, just things like this. You know, I get, you know, Niels, who's one of my most common commenters on my dungeon runs and stuff like that. You know, so I just try to do stuff like that where, you know, I try to respond, or if I've been mentioned, I haven't been mentioned across the board, but, like, you know, as a small creator, there's a reason why you hear them spamming a lot of like, share, subscribe, comment, help me with the algorithm. It's because that's the way to grow on YouTube right now. So how do I manage it? Like, I'm in a period of slow growth. You know, my subscribers aren't moving all that fast. My views and watch time aren't that fast. You know, I do want to grow. It's not like I don't care about my growth. I do. But for me, I've come to realize that I don't want to be the person that just chases content. And I think as a small creator, if that's not something you want to do, you shouldn't feel like you are obligated to do so. Because one thing I've discovered, and from people commenting and from, you know, IRL people that watch my stuff, they really enjoy like the passion that I come across with in the videos that I have. So, I mean, you know, I don't put out the highest quality videos. I don't have a professional video editor. I can't afford to pay one. Eventually, I would maybe like to. But, like, the one thing I've heard from a lot of people is that when they look at my videos and they see my stuff, they can tell what I'm doing. Now, there are things that I could be doing better. Absolutely. I could clip more stuff, both on YouTube and on Twitch. And I've been doing some of that. Go check out my Twitch channel for some fun clips of out of context rating. You'll see that. But like, you know, I just want to do stuff that I find fun, that I find interesting, which is why I'm doing reaction videos, because I love music and I want to do reactions to acapella in particular. It's always been one of my favorite styles of sung music. I'm not a huge like lyrics music type fan, you know, but I prefer instrumentals. But like, I enjoy acapella because it's just fun to see people's creative freedom at work. So but it is 12:25 my time. It's about a 30-minute drive to work, so I can go do this HR stuff. So I'm gonna cut off stream right here for now, guys. I'll be back probably in a couple of hours after I get some food in my stomach and I get done with all this and I drive back. And when I drive back, that's when I'll be jumping into WoW stuff. I'm going to be working on making sure I got weeklies done on all my characters. We are going to probably work on Druid. I'm going to recraft Legendary for Feral. I told Newall that I was going to be doing this, and he just was like, dude, just play Rogue. But I can't help it. I like Feral Druid. He's like, oh, it's a money sink. Well, whatever, man. I don't have much money anyways. You know, if I can find cheap 265 pieces, I'm going to do it. Or hell, I can craft 249s on my Druid. I'll just do that, you know? So I'll be doing that. And then as the hours go on, it'll the community that I'm in, the Iconic community. I know Fenny's chatted earlier with me. He's in that community. Shout outs to Fenny and all the Iconic community. They do organized Mythic Plus nights, so I'm going to be hanging around for that. I haven't signed up for anything specific. I'm just basically like, I'm a tank. So there's a good chance I'm just going to get dragged into runs anyways, which, you know, it's fine with me. It's the last day of Necrotic Week, which I'm very thankful for. So, but I'm going to go ahead and cut off this stream for now, guys. I will see you guys in a few hours, and we're going to be streaming long after that. The next one will probably be, if I get on at 2:30, there's a chance I'm not logging off until close to 11, because I do want to get some sleep for work tomorrow. So I'll check you guys out.